Day. My man Max is over with Keyshawn and Jay Williams doing their morning radio show, along with an hour-long television show, This Just In, that airs every weekday on ESPN from 2 to 3 p.m. As far as we're concerned, right here on First Take, it'll be me, it'll be Molly. On Mondays, it'll be Michael Irvin. Tuesdays, Keyshawn Johnson. Wednesdays, Marcus Spears. Thursdays, Dan Orlovsky's. Friday, Tim Tebow, of course, along with a potpourri of contributors, including Bart Scott, Dominique Foxworth, Ryan Clark, who's about to come on the show, Damian Woody, Mina Kimes, Kimberly Martin. The list goes on and on. Let me not forget my man Jeff Saturday as well, along with Paul Feinbaum and a host of others. And, of course, folks within this world of sports and entertainment are more than welcome to come on the debate show, whether in person or virtually, as we'll see today when Common comes on the show to bless us with his presence for the last half hour of the show. That's the future of First Take moving forward. I just wanted to let everybody know that. Yep. Let's get it on.
All right, let's do it. And yeah, we're really excited to have Common in just a bit. You'll be debating him on some things. We'll talk to him about his Chicago Bulls. But let's get into this weekend's action, shall we? Lamar Jackson is 0-3 in his career versus the Chiefs. And it's not just because of Patrick Mahomes. Jackson has struggled with his accuracy, failing to complete 55% of his passes in any of those three matchups. Here's Sammy Watkins, who had 4 catches for 96 yards against the Raiders in Week 1.
I think those guys definitely view it that way. You can say you're not, but the world is watching 2 of the best, youngest MVPs in the league, and very talented guys. So I'm definitely looking at it that way, like, man, Lamar need to win. He's been doing a great job in this league with just how he's been carrying himself as a teammate and as a guy that just do the right things off the field. So I just think, it's time for him to take that next hump and try to get a win. I hope this team and we prepare and the coach prepare to do our best to try to, will a win for the organization and him.
RC, up first. Does Lamar Jackson need a statement win over Patrick Mahomes?
No, he don't. This is something that we created. But what I will say is it's a compliment. And here's why it's a compliment. The reason it's a compliment is because we don't run around here and say Josh Allen needs a statement win against Patrick Mahomes. He don't have no MVP. We don't run around here and say that Baker Mayfield needs a statement win against Patrick Mahomes, Ryan Tannehill, name any other Pro Bowl caliber or very good quarterback in the AFC. None of those guys do we ever say, oh my gosh, they need a statement win against Patrick Mahomes. Because if I'm not mistaken, the only person in the world with a statement win or now 2 statement wins against Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady. That's it. He beat him in the AFC Championship after they lined up all sides, and they beat him in the Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes had me, Molly, and Stephen A. blocking for him. The only guy that we ever talk about in this way is Lamar Jackson. The only dude his age from his draft class that we talk about in the playoffs is Lamar Jackson. Why? Because of success. Because he was the youngest MVP, because he is a dude with an incredible regular season record, and it just seems that he can't seem to beat Patrick Mahomes, who, if I'm not mistaken, has been like 12-4, 12-4, and 15-1. That's who Patrick Mahomes is. Patrick Mahomes beats everybody. The Kansas City Chiefs beat everybody. In 2 years of being a starter, or in 3 years of being a starter, it's been AFC Championship, Super Bowl, Super Bowl. So why is Lamar Jackson the one dude that we say need a statement win against the Kansas City Chiefs? The Baltimore Ravens just need a win, period. They're a team right now that's 0-1, that lose a game to the Raiders that they shouldn't have lost. They're playing against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're losing players every single week. Every week on the injury report, a vital part of the Baltimore Ravens football team is lost. But here's the issue for Lamar Jackson. You don't have your number 1 overall draft pick at wide receiver. You're weak at tackle. You've lost every running back that you've basically started the season depending on is now on IR. And defensively, you lose your starting corner, and you have pieces there that are missing. So in truth, this is the one time that Lamar Jackson shouldn't beat Patrick Mahomes. Now, I'll say this. He has had better rosters than Pat before. They've been better teams in Baltimore than in Kansas City, and Patrick Mahomes has been the great equalizer, and Lamar Jackson hasn't played well. That is a fair assessment. But to say that Lamar Jackson needs this win, or this is a statement win for Lamar Jackson, is just wrong. And from our standpoint and from being a part of the media, we can't put that pressure on this young man because he's been that successful that we got to hold him to a different standard than we hold every other quarterback in the NFL to other than Tom Brady.
Well, let me say this to you, my brother. First of all, that was a long-ass take. And I see your strategy. You're going to talk up the whole segment so you don't I don't have an opportunity to come back at you. But it ain't going to work, okay?
I'm trying to give you a break because you work so hard.
Let's get that out the way first. That's number one. Number two, you know good and damn well that ain't the truth, what you just said. And I'm going to tell you why it's not the truth. You understand the last time Lamar Jackson went up against Kansas City, the brother threw for 97 yards. Come on, Ryan. You can't play like that. Now, technically, you're absolutely correct in terms of actually winning the game against Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes doesn't play defense for the Kansas City Chiefs, so Lamar Jackson is going up against that defense, and we understand that. What we're really saying, in order to be specific and to micromanage the situation, you can't play the way that you've been playing against this brother. And why are we saying that? Because Lamar Jackson is so electrifying, he's so special, that we look at him and we ask ourselves, what's standing in his way? That's what this is. You got Hollywood Brown as one of Sammy Watkins that you just acquired. You got Mark Andrews, one of the better tight ends in the National Football League. And you're looking at this squad, and even though your running attack is important, the bottom line is they've been one of the top 2 running attacks in the National Football League over the last 3 years because Lamar Jackson has run for back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons out of the quarterback spot, which has never happened in NFL history from a quarterback. We understand that this brother is like Michael Vick 2.0. It's just another level to this. Where we ain't even seen this from Michael Vick. So because of his greatness, now we're saying, well, what's in your way? That's what this is about. It's about what's in his way. And when Patrick Mahomes is throwing for 385 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns, and flinging the football all over the field, winning MVPs just like Lamar Jackson did, but getting to a Super Bowl, of course, winning playoff games to get to Super Bowls, which Lamar Jackson never did until he beat Tennessee last year in the postseason. We're going to look at Lamar Jackson and say, we know what you bring, and we know it's special and unique, and we know how great you are, and Josh Allen just got 6 years, $258 million, so we damn sure know that Lamar Jackson better at least get that money. But in the end, we're still going to ask ourselves, what's missing? And that's what that is.
Stephen A., so back in the day, the New York Knicks of the 90s that had great teams, the Indiana Pacers of the 90s that had great teams. Were we looking at those two teams? Were you looking at those two teams any differently? Because the reason those two teams didn't get to NBA championships, the reason that those two teams don't have rings is because of Michael Jordan. But we weren't looking at Patrick Ewing and say, you know what, you got to win, and then not looking at Reggie Miller and saying the same thing.
Hold on. Once again, you see, you done caught yourself. Because, see, for America that doesn't know, Ryan Clark is an exceptional football mind and a champion. And I'm proud to call him my brother and the great job that he does covering the NFL for us. But he also knows basketball, so you know better. The fact is, it's 2 different sports, and you can't compare the 2. When we look at Lamar Jackson and we look at the team that is football, offense, defense, special teams, unlike, basketball, one dude can take over. That's number one. So, again, but remember, the New York Knicks really went about the business of lying to the point. Yeah, we knew Patrick Ewing could have messed with him. We knew that John Starks and those boys could have messed with him. Yeah, Charles Smith, Charles Oakley and the boys. That wasn't enough. So what do? You go out, you get Rolando Blackman, you get a Derek Harper and those guys, and you play stout defense, get physical, all right, and you thought they had a chance. And one time, they were up 2-0 on the Bulls, and we thought they had Jordan, okay? And then Jordan just amped it up to another level. We understand that. Football's different.